What's going on? Brian Maxwell checking in here at North Park Nissan out in Louisiana. As you can see, beautiful store. They got things going on out here. But real quick, wanted to just step in and talk real fast. We're talking a lot about the right word tracks and things that we're supposed to say when we are interacting with customers. If you don't know what to say, that affects your confidence. And if your confidence is shook, how in the world are you ever going to be able to communicate with somebody and be able to help them figure out what's going on? So one of the objections I want to talk about is when somebody tells you that they need to think about it. Typically, people take certain things that people say as an objection when it's really not an objection. It's what you call a stall. It's one of the more common terms that people can typically say to a weak salesperson, and they'll go for it. Somebody say, I need to think about it. Okay, well, excellent, man. Well, why don't you go ahead and think about it and give me a call back? Wrong thing. Or they say, I need to think about it, and they start getting all frantic about it and starting to, to kind of get like a back and forth with the people. And that's the last thing you want to do. When it turns confrontational, you lose. So one way, a word track that you can use when somebody tells you that they need to think about it, always let them know that you respect that. First and foremost, say, man, I need to think about it. You know what, John, I totally respect that. What you've done right there, you complimented that person and you've acknowledged that you hear what it is that they're saying. So you say, you know what, I totally respect that. Now, John, typically when somebody tells me that they need to think about it, it boils down to one of two things. It's either they're just not interested or they are interested, but not quite sure if they're ready to, pull the trigger and move forward. Which one of those is it for you? So now, if they're not interested, totally, guess what? They'll tell you that they're just flat out not. 9 times out of 10, and you'll find 9 times out of 10, it's not that they're just not interested. If they just weren't interested, they wouldn't even be there, okay? But when they say, well, yeah, I'm interested, but not quite sure, what I want to do. Excellent. And you know what, man, when somebody tells me that they're interested, but not quite sure if they're ready to move forward, it typically boils down to one of 3 things. And I call it the 3 Fs. It's either not the right fit, doesn't have the right features, or it's the finances. So let's break those down to find out which one it is for you, John. Is this the right vehicle? Is, blah, blah, blah. The features, did it have all of the features that you would like it to have? What about the features do you like the most? What are some of the features you wish you could have on it? Whatever it is. And then thirdly, is it the money, the finances? Now, by you using the right word tracks and isolating it down to whether it is the right fit, might not be the right vehicle, or if it is the features, may or may not be, or if it is the finances. When you isolate each one of those now, as opposed to you trying to overcome a general situation, you're actually isolating, and it's a lot more specific and targeted to exactly what it is that could be concerning that person, okay? So just remember something. The way that if you've ever seen any of my training sessions, if you saw me out at one of the automotive conferences, or if I've been to your dealership and you hear me roll through stuff and you say, Brian, it just rolls off. It comes back to me having word tracks years ago, repetitively going over them, recording them, listening to them until I personalized them and customized them to where they fit for me, and they allowed me to be able to move down a process with a customer and really getting a firm understanding of exactly what's going on. And if people walking out of your store without you really knowing what their main concern is, or really knowing what was going on, or what they were hoping to achieve, if you don't know that, the odds of you getting them back is almost 0, okay? So go through the word track, listen to it. Remember, if somebody tells you they want to think about it, always respect that. The next thing, you let them know, hey, typically, when somebody tells me they want to think about it, it draws down to just one or 2 things. It's either that they're not interested, or they are interested, but just not quite sure if they're ready to pull the trigger. And if they say, I'm interested, but not quite sure if I'm ready to pull the trigger, excellent. Well, I get it. And typically, it comes down to one of these 3 things. I call them the 3 Fs. It's either not the right fit, doesn't have the right features, or it's the finances. So let's break that down to see which one of those it is for you. Boom. And then you move forward, okay? Even on this video, listen. But if you've been watching the videos and you've been hearing the word tracks, and you've been hearing the processes I've been going over and hearing some of the sales strategies, if you think that's something, I highly encourage you to click the link inside the description. Click the link in the description and go on over. It's about an hour long of a recent session that we did, all brand new. It was literally just done just a few days ago. And we tackle not just, the process or road to the sale, we're beyond that, but what to say and how to handle certain situations. Because when you know what to say, you're a lot more confident. When you're a lot more confident, you're a better communicator. Better communicator, you can help your customers a lot better. So make sure you click the link in the description. Also, please like this video. And if you agree or disagree with word track, or if you got a better one, please make sure If you have a word track that's better, make sure that you submit it, send it to me. Put it in the comments, post your comment, like the video, but click that link if you really want to continue to learn the word tracks and things you can say to help you out. Other than that, I'm Brian Maxwell, and I look forward to seeing you at the dealership out here at North Park Nissan in Louisiana. All right, I'll give it to you guys.
Does it feel like you're putting in the time at your dealership but not getting the results? Does it feel like you're digging yourself out of a hole every month? Automotive sales is a great career where you can have fun and make a lot of money. But why do so many fail? They fail because they were never taught how to sell. The internet has eliminated just lying to people. Today, successful selling requires skills that most salespeople have never been shown. Until now. If you're tired of stepping over dollars at your dealership to pick up dimes, I invite you to register for Brian Maxwell's free webinar, How to Dominate at the Dealership. Brian Maxwell trains top producing automotive sales professionals nationwide and knows what it takes to dominate at your dealership. In the event, you will receive Closing Secrets of Six-Figure Earning Automotive Sales Professionals, Fastest Way to be a 20-Vehicle-a-Month Producer, How to Earn $10,000 in 60 days, and much more. Register now and reserve your spot for this free power-packed presentation.